Said I am still in phase 1 of the program. 3 months ago, since I herniated my disc and had a sciatica flare, but it's really helping, and I can now survive a day without ibuprofen. However, my lower back is very rigid in the evenings, and I have a really tight hamstrings. So I have been going to physio. She said it's because my back is supposed to move, and told me to stretch it by doing basically elephant walks, running the hands down the thighs and bending the lower back. I haven't done it yet, which is very good to hear, as it seems it would aggravate the injury and is the opposite of a neutral spine, which it certainly is. Is there anything else you would suggest? Any additional exercises, possibly in the evenings? And the first and most important thing here is to identify that going from sciatica, symptoms down in the legs, and that receding up to the lower back and being left with lower back pain is that process of centralization, which is extremely common and generally speaking a good thing. If we think back for a lot of people that struggle with sciatica, it started out as an aching in this lower back down here that was perhaps not dealt with as well as it otherwise could have been. And that has progressed on. And then with subsequent flare-ups, we then started developing symptoms migrating down the leg, and we get that full-blown sciatica. So this is a reversal of that process, which is really good news as a general rule. The second thing that we're noticing here is that the stiffness is particularly bad towards the back end of the day, which is perfectly normal. We're only in phase 1, which means we're only doing, hopefully aggravation-free, the very simple squats and hip hinges with body weight, which means that much of our daily life, including, by the way, the walking to and from or traveling to and from the actual physio appointment, is going to be significantly more strenuous than the exercises themselves. And so in times like this is why we have the relief-based practices. We talk a lot about strengthening, but relief-based practices do have a role here. Using things like the massage gun, the lower body stretching, the towel decompression, the contrast bathing, leveraging these a little bit more in this moment so that we can manage the stiffness in the lower back while we continue to, make a start really on building strength and resilience. In phase 1 of the 4 phases, we are very much focusing on getting the technical skill correct, which is great. That's evidently having some fantastic results even in this early stage, but we need to then build on that through proper strengthening of the lower body. And that will happen in phases 3 and phases 4. So very important that we understand where we are in the recovery process so we can pace things out going forwards, and the expectations are based on the progress that we've made.